What's good? What's good? We back. Vlog 38. Promo Palace LLC at promopalace.biz. We're going to title this one, The Proper Process for Going After Followers. Now, please note that this mainly pertains to musicians and how musicians go after followers. Now, before we get started, I'm going to sip some of my vanilla Coke. I appreciate you hit that like, share, click now, subscribe button. If you're watching on Instagram or Facebook, hit that follow. Excuse me if I'm sweating a little bit. Just came back from walking my dog at the park. Okay, vlog 38, the proper process of going after followers. I've been promoting musicians for over a decade. And I watch them every day, and I watch all these mistakes that they make going after followers. They got this follow for follow, which is bogus, because unsigned artists and up-and-coming artists, and artists don't really support other artists like that, period. Artists are mainly concerned about their music and their music only. When I consult artists and I bring up any other artist's name, they get mad and offended. You know what I'm saying? Even when I use artists as examples of this is what you should be doing, they get offended because it's all they want to hear about is what I'm going to do for them. So follow for follow doesn't work. Then y'all got this, what I like to call the drunken wino mindset. Y'all sit there and y'all beg people to follow you. But the way y'all beg is so ass backwards, because y'all beg for people to follow you that haven't even seen your content yet. I repeat, think about that. Now, you're begging people to follow you that haven't even seen your content yet. Think about that. You're expecting somebody to follow you. They have not seen or heard none of your content yet. It's so ass backwards. Because basically, the best thing to do is just advertise and promote your content and let people organically follow, react, like, share. And once again, the bigger your budget, the more people you can get to see your content, to like, share, and react, you know. But when you go off of the minimal, which is $1 a day, you're only going to get the minimal. You're only going to get the minimal, you know. So you got to raise the budget up, you know, when you advertise. And so y'all go into this phase where y'all beg for followers and nobody's seen the content yet. That's not how it works. It works like the lady that you would see back in the grocery stores back in the days giving out free hors d'oeuvres. First, you give them a taste, a sample. And then you can ask them to follow your content. Excuse me. Coca-Cola got me burping. It's like podcasters. You don't never see us telling you to follow without seeing the content. I'm telling you, like, the camera's rolling, I press record, and I'm telling you to follow before we get started. But the content is already rolling. Content is already on record, you know what I'm saying? Y'all trying to get followers before anybody's even seen the content. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. First, you need to let them see or hear the content, and then you can go into the drunken wino begging for followers stage. But this idea that people are supposed to follow you and they ain't heard your song yet, and they haven't even seen a music video, or they haven't even seen none of your content on social media, be like, follow me, follow me, follow me. No. How about you pump the brakes and you push out content, push out content, push out content, and let people react. And if you got to beg for followers, if you're begging people to follow you, I have to question your content. I have to really question your content. You're begging people to follow you. Because you don't beg for followers. That's not how you get followers, you know. And you don't ask people to follow you when they haven't seen none of your content. And then this follow for follow doesn't work unless one of the people that's doing the following has a necessity. And once again, I'm always going to stress this. Music is not a necessity. Food, shelter, clothing is a necessity. Music's not a necessity when there's other forms of entertainment that people can go to substitute. People can substitute music with sports. They can substitute music with movies, music with TV shows, music with art. There's so many different things that they could substitute music with. So music, this idea that it's a necessity in everybody's life, no, that's false. That's fairy tales. But you know what's a necessity in every musician's life that's trying to be successful? Marketing and advertising and promotion. So if I do the follow back method with artists, follow for follow, I have something they need. They don't have nothing I need. I don't need music. I got people sending music every single day. People sending me music every single day to listen to because they submit it to the playlist. Hundreds of artists. I don't need music. And I don't need more customers. I make a steady living for the last decade every single year. Do I want more customers? Yes. Do I need more customers? No. Not when I have a self-sustaining business at this point. So that's another thing. Y'all got to weigh out the difference between wants and needs. People don't need your music. They might want it. So you begging them to follow you, it's really pathetic, So you need to go the process of more of pushing your content out there. And then we could say, hey, if you like the content, please follow. But y'all be going into follow, no content scene. That's so backwards. It's ass backwards. That's not how the process works. Content first, follow second. And they might not even follow you second. They might like second, reshare third, then follow you fourth. They might like the content, but might not follow you. That's another thing. This idea that everybody's going to follow you just because they like your content. No. Like isn't always enough to get people to follow. Love your content is really what gets people to follow. Like is not necessarily enough to get people to follow you. There's plenty of content and artists I like that I don't necessarily love. So I ain't going to necessarily follow. Because like in content and loving content are two different things. And that's another thing y'all got to weigh out. Do they like the content? Do they love it? If they just like the content, this idea that they're supposed to follow it just because they like it, no. You don't even know what a follower is, a real fanatic. You don't even know what a fanatic is. Y'all always take that short-term version. Fans. No, fanatics. Y'all don't even know what a fanatic is if you think they follow people just because they like the content. No, they follow because they love it. That's what a fanatic is. They love it. I used to be a fanatic of Jonah Lucas. At this point, I just like his content. Because he's put out content that hasn't made me still be a fanatic. That's another thing. Once you do get your fan base, you can't get just so comfortable just making whatever you want. Because if you got to make what your fans want too. And if you just make something solely off of what you want and your fans don't like it, and they definitely don't love it, that ain't good. Just seen a podcast recently. Alba Preach versus Fresh and Fit. Fresh and Fit, their fan base ain't loving it. All their fan base ain't necessarily loving them right now because they've been exposed as a little bit fraudulent and hypocritical. They've lost over 25,000 subscribers in a week because that's showing that your fan base not really liking you right now or not really loving you. Yeah, they have over 400,000 subscribers, but even if I got 400,000 subscribers, I'm not trying to lose 25,000 of them jokers in a week. No. So yeah, man, y'all gotta understand the process isn't ask for follows first and expect them to see the content later. Push the content first, then ask for the follow. You know, I'm already. This is episode. What? This is a vlog 38. I'm 37 vlogs in with the content. So, and I'm pushing these vlogs out 2 to 3 times a week. So that's why I can constantly, hey, hit the like, share, follow, but I don't even get so aggressive with it where I beg. I just, hit the click now, subscribe button in the right hand corner. You know, you don't really get so aggressive with it when you beg, man. Like the guy in front of the store begging for beer money or cigarette money. You know what I'm saying? You don't go in that. You got typically you just want to let your content speak for itself. You want to get the content solely off of people organically deciding to follow you. You want to let people choose to follow you. Once you got to try to make the choice for them, they're not going to really be a follower. They're not really going to be a fanatic. Being a real fanatic and a real follower is free choice. And if you're begging them all the time and you're constantly asking them, which is begging, it's not really, you're not giving them that free choice. Just put out good content, put it out constantly, consistently, persistently, and put a budget behind it so you can consistently advertise it. People can see it over and over again. And that's another thing. This idea is somebody just sees your stuff once and they're supposed to follow you, or even twice they're supposed to follow you. No. People got to see you over and over again sometimes before it grows on them. Sometimes people, it'll grow on them and then they like it, love it more. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes people don't like things right away. There's plenty of times where artists had to grow on me. At first I was like, man, I didn't like them. I didn't like Post Malone at all. But after hearing my cousin play the White Iverson song over and over again, it grew on me. I knew like all these people out here, like, oh, he's not real hip hop. They were just really judging him solely off of the wrong merits because he never said he was real hip hop. He never intended to be real hip hop, never wanted to be real hip hop. And he's clearly a pop star, you know? And that's the thing. We got to stop putting everything in the box that we want to put it in. Let people put things in their own box first. Let them put them in their own box first before we start judging and deciding, oh, it doesn't fit our box, or it doesn't fit this box. Well, he didn't want to fit this box. He didn't intend to or ask to fit this box. You know, Post Malone never intended to be a quote-unquote hip-hop cat that would spit bars. So don't put him in that box. You don't get to, because that was not what he intended to be. Just because we have intentions for somebody, our intentions for somebody don't mean jack. The only thing that counts at the end of the day is what a person intends for themselves. What they intend for themselves. You know? So, whatever a person wants to be, they get to be whatever they want to be. We don't have no choice in that. Let them decide to be what they want to be. You know, you don't get to decide for them, their intentions. You know, and I'm pretty sure Post Malone didn't intend to spit bars to be hip hop. So y'all gotta, stop with the backwards process of trying to build fan base. Stop begging people to follow you. Push the content out, and hey, if you like the content, please follow, please support. That ain't what y'all do. Y'all don't do, And then another thing, it's like the dope game. I always say the music business is like The Wire. Every morning they give out testers. Y'all ain't giving out no testers, and y'all trying to get customers and consumers and fans. That ain't how it works, man. People don't, somebody might buy your stuff once solely off of, let me try it out. But if they don't like it or love it, they're not buying it again. So it's best to just give them that sample, that taste, and let them decide if they like it or not before they buy it. People feel more comfortable knowing they like something before they buy it. or they feel more comfortable knowing somebody that they trust, likes it or loves it before they buy it. If anybody I solely trust, like if there's a promo company I'm trying to find information out about, and there's somebody I know I trust 100%. I'm like, hey, do you know anything about this company? And they say, yeah, man, they did me right. You can deal with them, and I know I can trust this person 100%. I'm more likely to mess with that company and deal with that company. If I ain't got no reviews, no case studies, and definitely no reviews from people I trust, I haven't heard nobody say nothing about it, more likely you're not willing to spend but so much money to even give it a shot after that. Like, you know, like I know artists throughout the years have always had to test out and try out promo companies. We all have. When I hear artists come to me like, how do I know I can trust this? Is this a scam or legit? First of all, it's the wrong question to ask anybody. A legit company is going to get offended that you're asking them, are they a scam or legit? And then a scammer isn't going to be dumb enough to tell you that he's a scam. Oh, yeah, sure, this is a scam. Why would he tell you that? Then he can't scam you. So you're asking all the wrong questions. When you ask, is this a scam or legit? And then you're possibly, if the company is legit and they do provide results, you're possibly messing up the chance of doing any business with them because you offended them. You offended the company out the gate and you expect to do business with them afterwards? If you offend me out the gate before you order, I'm going to tell you to kick rocks. If you offend me out the gate, I'm going to tell you to kick rocks. I don't want your business. Because customer's not right when you offending somebody before you spend any money with them. You know? And a scammer is clearly not going to come out and tell you he's scamming you. So if you asking somebody, is this a scam? It lets me know where your mindset's at. You're probably in the wrong business. You don't know what you're doing. If you're asking a company, is this a scam? Because nobody would tell you they're a scammer if they are. It's the dumbest question for anybody to ask. You know? But yeah, so the rap game and the music business is like the wire. Give them a tester first. Let them get hooked, like it, love it, and then try to get them to follow it. But y'all go in this backward stage, show them no content. They ain't seen no content, but you expect them to follow you. That's not how it works. And even if you just put out content, advertise it on YouTube at $1 a day, and keep advertising, you're going to build fan base. You're going to build followers. You're going to get more traffic, or everything's going to be solely organic. People are just going to be organically coming to your channel off of the ad. You know, you're going to be viewing other videos based off of the video you're viewing, liking other videos. And the more content they like, they'll subscribe. And this idea that somebody's supposed to subscribe to my channel off of one video, no, let's give them 2, 3, 4, 5, video contents before we start demanding they follow us and begging they follow us. That's the thing. Another thing, y'all expect everybody to follow y'all for one song. No. That one song better be an instant hit like Moray Quicksand. It better be, I always stress this, you better have an instant hit like Moray's Quicksand. If you just demanding people follow you off of one song, it has to be an instant hit. If it's just an album cut, why are we demanding people follow us off of one song? You better put a whole album worth of cuts out before we start demanding people follow us off of one product. Let it be a whole album of album cuts before we start demanding you, begging you to follow us. But y'all go in this backward process. No content, but follow me. It's ass backwards, man. It's ass backwards. So yeah, If you like this content, please hit the like, share, click now, subscribe button. Don't forget my vlogs are sponsored by Palace LLC at promopalace.biz. You do online marketing promotions for your music brand or your website, whatever. Go to promopalace.biz. These vlogs are also sponsored by New Litter Apparel at newlitter.com. If you like cats, dogs, or you're an animal lover, go check out newlitter.com. We got t-shirts, hoodies, shoes, and we have got apparel for your dogs. We got dog bandanas for New Litter Apparel. Also, I got to shout out my second favorite liquor brand for Shizzle. I got to shout out the Dizzle, dizzlebrand.com. Check them out. A mixture of agave tequila, cognac, orange liquor mango mix, and crisp lemon. Check them out. Dizzlebrand.com. They got about a dozen recipes on there of different drinks you can make with the Dizzle. Follow them on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Also, you can follow me on Twitter, Paul P Podcast, Paul Pickett Podcast on YouTube, or you could just Google Paul Pickett Podcast and Google, see all the platforms. And on Instagram, it's Paul Pickett Podcast as well. Facebook, Paul Pickett Podcast as well. Don't forget the video version goes to YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram TV. Audio version of my vlogs actually goes to my podcast, Paul Pickett Podcast. Apple, Google, Spotify, Amazon, Deezer, Odyssey, Cashbox, iHeartPlayer, FM, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Stitcher, TuneIn, and more. Once again, this is Promo Palace LLC Vlog 38, the proper process of going after fans. And once again, don't forget, don't ask people to follow you before you've gave them a decent amount of content to check out. And there's so many streaming links out there for you to use, that you could just get them to like and love your content before you start begging them like a wino to follow you. Once again, my name is Paul Pickett. I host these vlogs as well as the Paul Pickett Podcast. You can email me at promopalace1@gmail.com if you have any questions, or Paul at promopalace.biz. But I would email me at the Gmail first and foremost, because that's the one all our orders go to, and we process all our orders. Once again, I want to thank you for tuning in. Appreciate the support. Once again, I'm out.